Well, okay. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. What? Okay, now it's working? Tell me it works. Tell me you work. Show something on my screen, please. There we go. Hours later. Hours later. Okay, let's begin. So I had this where I know where the stuff is at. Maybe this camera came down. There we go. That's a little bit better. Too much Wolverine. Too much C3PO. And too much my boy Speed. Thank gosh. That was exhausting. All right, this is going to be a quick run. I, like I said, I apologize for this. It is very difficult because when you close out OBS and you close out the forms, you have to go sign in for everything on all platforms to get this to work. Today we're going to be talking about full art cards. What is a full art card? What does it mean for Rarity? How valuable are they? Do they are they stronger and whatnot? We're going to talk about that. Now, I'm presenting the four that we have here that people have collected. Now, we don't have very many of these, and the people that have gotten them, they're very lucky. And the reason why they have been able to collect them within the short period of time, within the first year, is because A, they've purchased a lot of cards, and B, um, because we had a first season print of all of these, we don't have many, but we threw them in there. But because it's a small batch and they're shuffled, there's just a higher chance in the early season to pick some of these, find some of these very rare cards. And I mean rare. We have, I'm not gonna give you the full number. Let's say anywhere from 10 and below. How about that? Depending on which card it is. Um, yeah. So let's look at these cards right here. So what you have here, we have, maybe I can get this lighting a little bit better. There we go. A little bit green, I don't know why that is, but first up, we have Destroyer 1. Destroyer 1 is a beautiful card. In fact, one of the probably the best cards I've ever seen. Jesse brewed Destroyer 1 out of his mind to be this extremely rare card that if you did have him, we weren't sure if we were going to put him into the tournaments because he's almost absurd. All right, let's just explain. Star Destroy. 2 dice rolls. He's already at 8-9. This is one of the highest cards we have out. Okay. 8 attack, 9. Obviously, he's going to whoop through people left and right unless they have an ability that counters these stats. Blast your opponent with a powerful the power of a neutron star. Sounds insane, huh? If a double 6 is rolled, you lose -2 from your defense, though. So there is a chance that you can go down to a 7, an 8-7. Okay? Add number roll to your attack. Well, with the 2 dice roll on an 8, you are pretty much guaranteed. Like, that's. Look at that. I got a 5 and a 6. So 11 on 8 is going to be 19-9. Now, a 19-9, you're thinking, what's going to beat a 19-9? Well, there's actually a lot of our cards, even some of our. Let me switch the angle for you. There we go. For example, we have some cards here that could beat it. I just got to find out which one. So a 19, I'm going to have a defense of 20 to survive that first punch, right? That first hit of neutron star. Or, where's my boys? Bug Lord's a good one. Fletcher's a great one. This one's good. Oh yeah, so here we go. Cosmic Boar. So though he's a very strong card and he could be quite a challenge to beat, he's not impossible. No, no, sir. No, sir. Gajora. Add the defense of your top card to your of the graveyard to your defense. Okay, let's clarify something. For Gajora, I just want to put this out there while I'm here. Gajora says add the defense of your top card of your graveyard to your defense, right? If his defense is 9, it's going to be 9. Let's say the card says you add something to your defense and he becomes like a 19, 8-19 or whatever. If he goes to the graveyard and I pull out Gajora, Gajora does not take his 19. Because the 19 was dependent on the roll, not his actual living stats, right? His living health. And if we did combos like that, which are a playing mode, it is a playing mode to do that, and that's fine. I would love to play that way. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that in tournaments. It's a little bit more complicated when you're using roll stats that were on the previous card or the future card, and using that as usually previous card. Because if I rolled something and he died at an 8, let's say 8-15, just make it simple. If he died at 8-15, and this card says use your graveyard's defense, I'm not going to pull 15 and put it on top of Gajora. That's absurd. That's heavy. I can do that. That's a playing mode. I think, Jesse and I might play with that and try to see what loopholes are in those kind of systems. But for the most part, it's just adding the numbers and making it really hard, especially if you know your combo, if you have really good cards that you can combo up. But it's not impossible to beat these guys. We do it all the time. That's why my favorite card is King Frog. King Frog is you roll a number and it's just an instant kill. No matter how strong he is, I'm just going to instantly kill him. Kill moves are great. Kamikaze, Dr. Bomber, takes him out. So he's not impossible. You just have to be prepared for Destroyer 1, okay? But the best part of him. So anyways, Fletcher, let's say I put Fletcher out. He goes straight to melee mode, right? So Destroyer 1 will roll. He gets a 3. Fletcher gets a 2. Well, he lost it. Well, no, he didn't lose. So 3 goes down. He's a 2. His 2 takes him down to a 7. Let's see again. Now he's a 5. No, he's dead. But you can see how that can actually work out. If he just kept on rolling 1s and I rolled high numbers like 6s, I could have taken him out in 2 hits with a ghoul card. Zandagar, nah. I mean, that's just a swap. Cosmic Boar is one of them. If a 6 is rolled, your opponent is swallowed by the Mighty Beast. So let's say Destroyer 1 rolls a 1. Well, he gets 2 rolls. So he's a 7. He gets 15, 9. That's absurd. But let me roll that 6. That's a 1. There's my 6. Okay? I just put it down. I didn't want to really roll it. And then I would just eat them, swallow them whole. Okay. Bujora, and then Bug Lord, of course. Switch your opponent's attack and defense, if in which he rolls a 9 on that 8, he would be a 17-9. And if I swapped him, he'd be a 9-17. The 9 would take him, still lose, and it would go on. But if you play this one well with another card, you could take out Destroyer 1. Destroyer 1 is a very rare card. I forget what color he is on his rarity. I can't see right now. My eyes are blurry. Still recovering from sickness. Whatever. It's been a long day. Just got off of work, and that's why I'm late. I apologize. It has been extremely long. I've been up since like 4:30, just trying to maintain, and yeah. All right. Next up. Where's my next card? You know what? Lord Argbarg is really cool. His ability is sudden death, really rad. And sudden death is cool because, let's see if I can get the glare off. Can you read that? There you go. Add number roll to your attack and defense. If a 6 is rolled, you win. After the round is over, if your opponent wins, they must roll a die. If they roll a 5 or 6, they win. Bum, bum, bum. So this card actually gives opportunity for the opponent to win. Otherwise, they lose. All hail Lord Argbar. He's a 6/6, so he's still strong. He's beautiful. I love this card. This is just, it's a good card. So let's play him. Let's play him out. Add number roll to your attack and defense. So I got a 2, so he's an 8/8. And let's just randomly choose a card. Fierce attack, add number roll to your attack. If all numbers roll, double that number. So I got a, shit. He's a 2/6. He would die, but let's say after the round is over, if your opponent wins, they must roll a die. And if they, okay, well let's make them lose. So we're going to do Destroyer 1 versus Lord Argbarg. And didn't switch scenes. Charlie, calm down. Now you're probably wondering why am I showing these very rare cards? This is because these aren't our rarest cards. I wasn't really sure if I was going to talk about this because I didn't want it to make it. These are very rare. These are about as rare as most people are going to get in the searching for purchasing cards and going after it. But there are some out there that are so rare. Yeah, they're just absurd rare. When we created this game, we wanted one-offs. A lot of one-offs, actually. Not a lot, but like enough to keep the chase super fun. But it's not like that someone would get the one card, right? And no one else in the all player, no other player could get it. We didn't do that. When I mean one-offs, I mean there's just a few of them in the season. And there's going to be multiple of those seasons, and there's multiple of those different types of cards that go out. So it's hard to explain. Also, it expands like a Pokemon. You might have the same card, but you have a different foil with different graphics of the foil. And so we're leaning into that. We're going back into the retro look. Some of our players, we've been talking about the foils and what kind of foils we want to do. Spot foil is coming up. We're going to be doing some of the spot foils for Season 2. But I am actually trying to find a manufacturer that's going to do the old X-Men foils. I don't know if you ever know the old X-Men cards or Spider-Man or whatever. There's a holographic foil that kind of has this shimmer 3D look to it. I got to find someone to make it and see how we develop those and how we make those. But those are so cool, it's absurd. I actually had some a couple years ago from back in the day I've collected since I was a little kid. And in the move to Los Angeles, I lost the entire couple pages in my binder that had those in them. Otherwise, someone probably stole them. Yeah, I don't know who would have stolen them or who cares that much about those cards. But they're gone, never to be seen again. And I lose sleep over it. So, as well as all my Charizards that I had from the original Pokemon that I had, and one of my friends took my binder and sold it for cash in high school. Yeah. So am I bitter? Maybe, maybe. But that's why I created my own trading card game with Jesse Perry, because him and I love trading card games. So let's play. Lord Argbar rolls a 6. Oh boy. Oh boy. So he is a 12/12. That's hardcore. But let's see what Destroyer 1 can do. He's got a 7. Um, 7 on top of 8 is, what is that, 14, I think that is? No, that's not 14. It's 15. 15/9. So his 15 takes down his 12 to a -3. His 12 takes him down to -3. It's a roll off. Oh boy, here we go. A 3. Oh, dun 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 dun. Destroyer 1 wins by 1 point. That's rad. So this is where Destroyer 1 wins, barely, very barely, by 1. And this is a perfect example of actually how our game has been developed. We like these very scary moments where you're like, you're on edge. Am I going to win? This is my strongest card. Am I going to lose? Oh my gosh, This is beautiful. If this was a real match, I would have been like sweating, especially using 2 heavy hitters like this. But Lord Arborg loses, but here's it goes. If your opponent wins, they must roll a die. So because Destroyer 1 wins, I got to roll a die. If I roll a 5 or 6, I win. But if I don't, I lose. So I've already won, but Lord Arborg has this really cool ability. He's like, nah. You got to roll one more time because I'm the Lord Arborg, right? And Destroyer 1's Destroyer 1. He's got the Neutron Star, but Lord Arborg knows he's got some wizard powers up in here, so let's hope I get a 5 or 6. I got a 3. I actually lose. Destroyer 1 is defeated by Lord Arborg, and that is how you use this card. For anybody who actually is watching this, please do leave comments or questions down below so I can answer them, because I have my live feed up. But a lot of people might not watch this video, and they might actually miss out on all these really cool cards that we're having in our future. Shame on them. Too bad. All right. Let's put Lord Arborg back and Destroyer 1 back. And let's talk about Blue Genie. Now, one of our awesome devoted players just got it. And that's really cool because we threw in some of these rarities in our old retro metal packs, or heavy metal packs. I forget what we named it. I think I called it retro metal, but I think it's actually heavy metal. We named it just because we like heavy metal, or Jesse likes heavy metal. I mean, I like heavy metal too. Ow! I just stubbed my toe. Oh, God. Anyways, here, look at that real quick. All right. This is our heavy metal pack. We don't have any of these fuse left, but they originally came with 15 champion cards, a free tattoo, a mini itty bitty dice down here, a sticker. And how cool is it? I love this packaging. If we could afford to continue with this packaging, we might have. This is kind of pricey packaging. I think Board Game Makers made this. It's legit though. Look at that. All right, let's get out of here. Okay, so Blue Genie. Who knew? Who knew? Let's see if I get a good view. Okay, Blue Flame. Add number rolled to your attack. If a double number is rolled, add an additional +2 to your attack, which is nice. If you don't like your roll, your wish is granted. Re-roll. Your wish is my command. I must say, this is probably my favorite design by Jesse, mainly because of the unibrow. But also, look how good that looks in a hollow. I kind of want to take them out so you can see. Look at that. Oh, nothing looks good as a hollow genie. I am looking into making our own back coverings for people to have sleeves, but that's more money that we just don't know if we want to invest into yet. But we like the idea. We'll probably get there. Okay, so blue genie. Add a roll to your attack. If a double number is rolled, right? It's a 2 dice roll, so we are going up against. Let's put destroyer out here just to show capabilities. What we're gonna do green, purple, orange, blue. Nah, these are orange, blue. These are better. That makes more sense. Nah, that makes more sense. Okay, blue genie. Let's roll. Oh man, 10. Okay, so he gets a 10 to his 4. He is a 14-4, right? Do I want to attempt to re-roll? No. Just like the game Blackjack 21, 2 more points for that, that's not going to happen. That's just, watch. I'm just going to do it to show that that's not going to be a 6-6, right? Right? Yeah, I should have stuck with it, which I'm going to stick with it just for kicks and giggles. He's a 10, so he's 14-4. Homeboy here gets a, ooh! Oh, I was going to say double. It's a double with 6 only, which is sad. So this is a perfect example. That 2 on his 8 is only a 10-9, right? So 14 to his 9 puts him at a -5. His 10 to my 4, -6. Ah! Blue Genie, you almost had it, bud. Destroyer 1 won by 1 point again. He is the one. He is the Destroyer 1. Oh, man. Look how good these cards are. They're just beautiful. He's not a full art. Just to let you know, he's not a full art. Sorry. You can obviously see he's not a full art. I apologize for my brain's not working right now, but it's he's just a super rare card, and he's part of I just included him because he's very, 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 very rare. Righto. Blue Genie, you lost, buddy. Your wish failed you. All right. Destroyer, you're just whooping out. Terrifier. Terrifier is a full art card here. Let's I wonder if it's better just to do that and then focus. I like this angle better. Ew. All right, there we go. That's not bad. Ooh, shaky. All right, Terrifier. Consume. Eat your enemies. If a 6 is rolled, your opponent must discard all their remaining champions except 1, not in the revive pod. And Terrifier, wait. I just lost what? Terrifier goes to the graveyard. So here's something cool. So let's say I roll a 6. Boom. That's how lucky I am. Your opponent must discard all the remaining champions except 1. Okay? That are not in the revive pod. So, for example, where's my cards? Let's say I have a few in the revive pod, 2 in the revive pod. I got 3 in hand. I'm playing a 5-card deck, and I'm playing Vermin, whatever, and I got 2 left. Okay. Oh, let me focus. Sorry. I got 2 left here. Come on, stop. So, if in which he doesn't have a dice roll, he does have a dice roll. Sorry, he only has a. Wait, what? Yeah, he has a dice roll. What am I looking at? Filthy Rat has a number roll to attack for 1. Okay, so if a 6 is rolled, your opponent must discard all the remaining. Yeah. Which I rolled a 6. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, okay, yeah, I did do that. I already did the task. So what would happen is that I would have to discard all of them except for 1. Now, we don't specify whether or not it's the card played that you have to discard, whether all the ones in hand, right? Just discard all the remaining champions except 1. And since he's not in the revive pod, Um, I'd probably get rid of Filth, Vermin, and Rad Dog. Discard them to the graveyard, right? Oh, sorry, I'm supposed to be doing this. My bad. Revive Pod people face upwards. Graveyard faces down because they're dead. We don't need to see them. And I would keep Blitzatron because... Oh. I guess that doesn't work if I don't have another card. But you get the idea. I would just discard and I'd be screwed with one card left. But here's the thing. He's a 1/1. Okay? So he's easily defeatable if you have someone who like a Fletcher or a Ghoul card or any other card that might nullify his abilities. Or even a card that has a different tactic for using a 6, right? If you roll a 6, maybe you get to revive another card or you get to do something like that. So even though he makes you throw them all away, if I rolled something that had something to revive someone back, I could pull them back into the game and then have a card in my hand. So there's many cards that do this. I mean, a couple cards that do this, and we're building out more that will actually counter these things. Now, Terrifier isn't as intense as Lord Argbard, Blue Genie, or Destroyer 1. He's just a really great card because in a tournament situation or any battle, if you know that you're going up against somebody who has, let's say he has all these hardcore cards and he's ready to take you out, if you know when and how to use Terrifier, you can wipe out all his strong cards in one hand, and he might only have to keep one. And if let's say he keeps Destroyer 1, you have a nullify ability or a copy ability card, you could win. You can win this whole game. And these are the most rare cards, and they're the strong. I mean, they're the most like considerably strong cards. But it doesn't mean they're impossible. And we built the game to literally make sure that it was fair. There is only one card I think that we've created that I personally felt that wasn't very fair, and it was like the opponent has to guess the die roll. You get 2 chances to guess the die roll. So if I'm guessing a 3, and I didn't get it, I would lose, right? And the reason why I feel like that would be a little bit hard and unfair was because that's just. I mean, you got 2 chances. There is like a 20% chance you could win that, but most of the time people can't guess it. Or they just get stuck in their head and switch out numbers. But here we go. So we have these full art rarities, and there's more to come for you guys on Season 2, obviously. C3, get out of here. We are not including them into our starter packs. Okay, they will only be in the boosters, not these, but the other boosters. I'm sold out of them right now, so I have to repackage some. But that's where you'll find them. The chances of finding them, I'm not going to tell you, but because they're rare. They're just rare. But now you know. Now you know what. Here's just 4 of them. 4 of the ones that people have I've seen on our Discord and Instagram they've shown and revealed that they've actually collected, which is really cool. Even cooler, if you were part of our Kickstarter, you may have gotten a Kickstarter one, which would be double the rarity because Kickstarter is done and over. There are just a few people who haven't gotten their stuff, and that's because we are still trying to get the funds right there to where we can purchase the cards and get them, and that's on me on really. So. But everyone has mostly got it and enjoying it. Now, tournaments. Are you going to be able to use these in tournaments? The first tournament is coming up soon. There is a wonderful, and I mean absolutely brilliant, YouTube channel called Cardboard Cohorts, and it's with a good friend, Andrew, who has been helping me develop a tournament system that is really fun for everybody and something that's ongoing throughout the entire year. Not something that you have to be like a professional to get into, something that you don't have to. Trajan. Yeah, Curtis. I was actually going to bring out Trajan because he's rough, tough. Let's do that. Let's go get Trajan real quick. Trajan. Trajan the Terrible. Trajan the Terrible is very, very tough. He's a very difficult card. If you collected him, I mean, he's rough. He's rough. So Eradicate All, 1 dice roll. He's a 5/6, so he's higher than some of these cats. And Trajan unleashes a powerful force affecting your opponent's entire team. If a 5 or 6 is rolled, reduce all your opponent's champions by -2 to the end of the game. Brilliant. 5 or 6, nada. Nada. There we go. That's how lucky I am. Whatever. Okay, so that means, okay, this is great. If you use a card, for example, nope. Fletcher takes them. Oh, here we go. TechBot 8. TechBot A is a perfect example of how to counter some of these heavy cards. When I know someone's playing me tough, I will always have a copy ability card. Odd numbers rolled. That's very easy. It's 50%. So I got it. I copy his ability, which means if I roll a 5 or a 6, I get to have -2 to all his champions at the end of the game. I don't get it. Whatever. But that's a way you can do it. That's really great. Fletcher nullifies, says, hey, let's just battle it out in melee mode. I got a 3. He gets a 1. His 1 takes me to 4. My 3 takes him takes him to 3. My 6 takes him down to -3. His 5 takes me down to -1. I win. Trajan goes out. See? Common, void rare. Not impossible, but very strong. If you succeed with that 5 or 6, which is like a, what is that? A 35% chance? I don't know. I'm not good at math. It would take down a lot of my guys down to a -2. I mean, put them down. Fletcher would come in at a 3, right? And Tech would be 1. So that's battery exhausted. It's plugged in. What do you mean it's exhausted? All right, guys. Sorry, my battery just died on my camera. I don't understand. That's plugged into the camera. It's supposed to be charging. I don't understand this. I don't understand. It's funny. It says battery exhausted. That's gonna be a new card called what is that movie? Batteries Not Included. I forget that robot's name. Anyways, that might be a cool card to make fun of for the retro days. Here you guys go. That's it. This is the lineup for very strong cards, very tough cards. There are a lot more. I'm not going to join them out. This is mainly just the full art cards. 4 that people have found. People have found. Let me reiterate that. People have collected. Season 2 is going to be fun because we have some very cool, like I said, art styles coming out. Full art cards, more rarities, more of a chase for everyone who likes chasing really cool art. And know that, here's something really cool I want you guys to know. The reason why you would want to chase this game versus many other games that have rarities and stuff like that in TCGs is that when our board game does come out, when we get it developed correctly, to incorporate the rarities and these bosses. I mean, these will have stories. We have lore coming out to attach to the actual board itself to play in a mode. So there will always be something like a story to play out. And even enhancements, if you have certain cards and you put them in there, it'll even make the game even better. There are rarities. Here's the first rarity: common, uncommon, rare, void rare, full art, which I think we have decided it's galactic rare is going to be the full art cards. Originally that would be the void rare, but one of our amazing, I think Pete Dorr. If you haven't seen his channel, go to Pete Dorr, his channel, and watch his stuff. He's awesome. But he came up with the void. Love it. We are all about the void because the graveyard is considered the void. Um, right. So, outside of that, the other rarities that you don't know about, and the ones that I will reveal to the public, does not mean those are the only rarities. This is the only time I'm going to say this on probably live stream or anywhere. I'm not going to tell anybody about the secret stuff that we are doing to create more rarities. You'll just have to figure it out, like it was in 1997 when you found a card and people were like, "What is it? What rarity is it? I have no idea. Do you speak Japanese? Because I don't know how to figure out what rarity is." You understand what I'm saying? That surprise to a kid is almost legendary. I remember pulling out the Charizard Holo when I was when Pokemon cards first came out. I had pulled so many Charizards, and I think I had a Bulbous. No, I had a No, I had a Venusaur Holo. No, what was it? I think it was a. Oh man, you know the only one I didn't get was Mew and Mewtwo. I think. But I had like 5 of these Holo first edition Charizards, and then a few others of different types, and I mean the normal ones. And I remember pulling one card, and everybody was like, "Wait, what is that? Is that's super rare? I've never seen that. I never pulled that." And it, as for me as a kid, I felt like I don't know. I just felt great. I felt like I could live peacefully. You know what I mean? Having that rarity. So we're trying to recreate that vibe, recreate that feeling. And Jesse's. Oh, this was the point. Many games have many artists because they have to pay different artists. The creator of this game, myself and Jesse Perry, have created the art straight from our skills, right? Uh, this is all Jesse Perry's art, and he is a phenomenal artist, a Houston artist that is known and very talented. And to have his piece of art here, especially different editions of rarities that he's all created. I mean, he's created every single one of the 300 champions that we have, right? Think of that. Just think of you having to create 300 different characters with abilities, with stats, and they have to work. I mean, it's tough stuff. That's what him and I do are figuring out most of the time. We're battling these ideas and these characters and champions against their abilities and see if they have flaws and stuff like that. And there are a few mistakes with wording, but for the most part, we have done. I would pat myself on the back, and I pat him on the back because we've created a system for the cards that are just brilliant. So, me personally, I'm not just collecting the cards because I love the card game and the rarities of it. I'm collecting the cards for the art and knowing I'm supporting an artist like Jesse. Um, and that gives me a little bit more pride in playing the game because Pokemon, I don't know who the artists were. You know, they probably had multiple artists, right? And they probably still do. Magic definitely does, and every game I know of. I don't know if Vanguard or all these other ones do, but I know I'm going to tell you straight up, Jesse is the artist here. The only thing I create is kind of like branding stuff and like the mats and like websites and like more of the graphic design elements. I still have my hand in it though. You know, we both work together. We're both professional artists working in the field. Um, but yeah, this is his stuff, and I hope you enjoy it because he brings a very heavy metal, grungy, gritty, uh, rad, super dope design element to the arts. Something that doesn't get boring to look at, something that always has something to vibe with. And once we get the holograms in there, these things are going to be popping out and just giving you something really fun to play with. So yeah, that's it. That's the rarities. That is the stuff. Please make sure you like, subscribe, follow our channel. Go to our Instagram, like our stuff. You know, and if you have any questions, leave comments down below in the comment section. If you have any questions, please join our Discord. And hey, get a couple packs, play, share it with friends. You're not losing anything because if you have too many cards, you can donate them, and we give you points to purchase a brand new pack. And not cheap points, not like where you have to do this like 100 times to get like a pack. No, like 2 or 3 times, and then you get a whole free pack. You know what I mean? Because we're about giving and having people have fun and playing games again, more wholesome games. This game is meant to be with family, meant to be with friends, and I want to thank all of the supporters and people who are playing right now because they have really kept us going, as well as we've been so excited that people are playing with their kids and playing with their friends. And yeah, that's it. Sorry for the late start on this one. I really do apologize. Give me a couple more chances to figure out how this works, and I'm gonna get this smooth. And we'll get on time. We'll get on time, and I'll definitely let people know that we're doing a live stream earlier in the week than the day of. You know what I mean? Anyways, hey guys, you guys are amazing. You're phenomenal people. You're talented and you're super unique, and I'm thankful that you guys exist. So maybe one day you guys will be on a card, but for right now, you are all champions. Keep it real, keep it legit,